Hello everyone. So today I am looking at some of the questions on the community, and I encountered this question about components field which is required. Now this is actually a very common question, especially new Jira administrators, new Jira users. They face this issue with Jira. And let me read the question. The question is actually from Joyce Yang, and Joyce is trying to understand. So the question is, I have disabled the component field for my project and it is not shown on the task creating screen. However, every time I try to create a ticket, an error message would pop up saying component is required. Now, in Jira, there is a concept of field, which is something that you can display on the screen. So you have fields, and it could be a system field, it could be a custom field, and those fields are basically displayed, or the input is taken from the user based on the screen, which is associated with either create operation, view operation, or edit operation. So we have three operations in Jira, and for each and every operation, and for each and every issue type, you can have different screens, and on those screens you have fields. So most likely, if you remove in your case, Joyce, I think if you have removed the field from, let us say, the right screen, and you still have that particular error about component field is required, it means that component is probably marked as a required field in the field configuration. Now, field configuration is another type of configuration in Jira, where the field configuration tells Jira for a specific project, these are the fields that are mandatory or hidden. Now, if those fields are mandatory or required as per the field configuration, then you need to make sure that those fields are there on the screen. If you remove them from the screen, Jira will still look for those fields. And in your case, I think you need to first take a look at the field configuration, where you may have that particular field marked as required. Other possibility could be that you have maybe a validator in the workflow. So validators are nothing but a way in Jira workflow where if you need, let us say, an input from the user and you want to validate the input, only then you can let the issue transition from one state to another state. Then that can be managed using Validator. For example, maybe you want to check if the date entered by the user is not in the past, or if or maybe if you want to check for a particular field that should be filled in. Maybe you want to check whether the person who is making a transition has uploaded a file of type PDF, for example. So basically, for any validation for user input, you can do that using a validator in your workflow. So in your case, you can also check if, number one, go to the field configuration for your project. If you don't really have that particular component field as required, then try and take a look at the create issue transitions validator, and most likely you will find your answers there. And by the way, if you have that particular validator, just remove it, or maybe make sure that particular field is there. I mean, in case you don't really want to use component field, then I don't think you need to have it in the validator as well. So that is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much.